on the side.
What you know about me? Seen it all, heard it all. Oh, what you know about me? I've done it all, just want it all. Oh, what you know about me? I've seen it all, heard it all. Oh, what you know about me? Oh, what you know about me? Oh, what you know about me?
Hey everybody, we are back. Welcome to another episode of More Than the Title. I'm your host as usual, Jarrett Thomas, Chief Revenue Officer at Outside the Box Digital. And you know I got my brother, my brethren, your favorite CEO's favorite CEO in the building. What's good, baby?
You already know, man. 2024, we stomping on their ass.
we going crazy. Oh my goodness, we going crazy.
Man. That's a fact, man. We just put up today, man. Shout out to the supporters and the listeners and the followers, man. We just passed 125,000 views. That's just on YouTube. Just on YouTube, man. We now have 1 million views across all platforms, and that's due to the people, man. We so grateful to y'all, man. Thank y'all, man.
Factuals, man. So you already know we already gave a shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to our distribution partners, the Live Podcast Network, the first woman-owned, black-owned podcast network. Shout out to Angel and the team. So if you want more content from black content creators like More Than the Title, make sure you download the app, support your favorite creators, and shout out to our executive producers, Real Block Films. This is about to be a goodie right here, y'all. We about to introduce this brother, and we're gonna have a great time. With that said, y'all know.
Let's start the show.
Yeah, I mean, let's make it happen. So this brother started in 2010. In 2010, this brother started his health and fitness consulting business. After hiring a few business coaches over the years, this brother was able to accomplish some pretty big milestones within a short time period. The milestones include working with over 23,000 clients over his career, reaching his first 7 figures in business in 20s, and becoming a full-time investor by the age of 30. After 8 years of consistent studying with these coaches and actively investing, this brother was able to bring his first 7-figure salary from trading stocks. This led to many requests for this brother to teach his strategies, and he's been using them successfully till this day. And this brought on the creation of the Secure the Bag brand, where he covers questions, concerns about stock trading, wealth, and business building. Let's introduce this brother, CEO of Secure the Bag brand, Mr. Tay Sweat. What up, brother?
Hey, my man, that was... I don't know if I deserve all that.
Yeah, come on, man. You know you do, my guy. Come on, man. You're moving out here. You're moving out here, man. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Like I told you in the green room, man. We support you, bro. That's the bottom line, and we gonna celebrate you. You could be humble, you could be modest, all that shit, but we gonna celebrate you because the culture needs to hear that we have young black success stories out there, man. You know what I mean? All we keep hearing is this violence and this negativity, like we ain't worth shit other than violence and negativity. So when guys like yourself come along, we gonna champion you, bro. So you gotta get that
message.
That's love.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna break the ice with an icebreaker, bro. Is there any relation to Keith? You know what I'm saying? No relation to Keith Sweat. None of that.
No relation to Keith. No. Hey, I get that pretty much every week, right? And
every week,
I'm a Sweat, but now as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, no relation to Keith.
I'm gonna keep it 100, Jarrett. As soon as you said that, I'm like,
What the is wrong with this guy? Am I getting me or what?
Icebreaker. You know what I'm saying?
Where'd you get that from, bro?
Sweat, nigga. How many sweats you know, nigga?
I mean, hey, you got a point. You got a point.
You don't know a sweat.
That's a fact. Okay, all right.
You got a good point. You got a good point.
I'm Thomas. I might be related to Frank and them. You don't know who I'm related to out here. You feel me? Come on, baby. I'm just saying. You never know.
I told Tay, man, we was chopping it up, man. I was watching a lot of his stuff. He had put up a story, man. He was like, yo, text me. I want in. I was like, Tay, you had me so excited. Nigga, I pulled out the phone. I'm about to text you like I want in. Nigga, I want in. Got 1,000.
And dude, it's an ill segue. So to tie it into, that's how my man's got it. One of my friends, shout out to my brother Jay Mogul, shout out to Jerry. You know what I'm saying? My brother, you know what I'm saying? That's one of my best friends. You already know the vibes. He told me about you during the pandemic. So we always trying to look for a bag, bro. He's like, yo, I was on the joint. I saw this brother Tay Sweat. You know me, I'm kind of optimistic. I'm skeptical. I'm like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me know what happens when you go.
Right.
I don't want to know. I ain't gonna hold you. But he's come back with nothing but positive things to say about you, brother. He say he's making money. He's doing his thing, brother. So let's start from the top, bro, because I really want to understand your journey more, bro. So let's start from the upbringing. How did you get into this? Let's at the early days.
So, man, we're going to take it way back. We're going to take it way back to pretty much when I was about 14, 15. Single mom, you know the story, man. Single mom, brother, grew up in poverty, most of what we come from, right? And I told myself, look, there's two things I got to do. I got to get out of the hood and I got to bring my family with me, right? If I could do those two things, I've lived. I've done enough living, right? So first thing I had to do, bro, was I had to make sure I was going to stay alive. So when I was about 15, I was 320 pounds, right? And so people, no lie. 320, bro, 320. Wow. And if you ever like watch me on like when I trade live, so I trade live every day and you'll see me on the treadmill walking. I'm on the treadmill now. I'm just not walking because I didn't want to mess up y'all audio.
Oh man, well, we appreciate you, brother. That's real. Shout out for him on the audio. Motherfucker
Right?
That up.
You know, my lion shirt.
Right? I'm like, look, I'm gonna stand up, so I'm standing. But you know, honestly, man, I'm always, you know, on my game because I ain't going back. Right? I was 320 pounds. I ended up losing 125-ish pounds over the course of about maybe 3 years, and I did it. You know, I was a Google warrior. Right? That's when probably the first like release of Google came out, and so I'm Googling shit. I'm like, hey, how to lose weight, how to get fat off, how to do this, how to do that, right? And so I had type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure. I had heart disease, horrible eczema on my face and my neck. And literally I said, look, I got to change this shit because I'm looking at people who are 25, 30, 35 who have the same things that I had, and they're dying or they're struggling. They're alive, right?
Message.
That's real.
So I'm like, okay, I got to do something about this now. So as I'm going through Google, that's my motivation, is to stay alive so that I can get to the bag, take my family out the hood, etc. So lose the weight, the diabetes went away. So hadn't been diabetic in over 13 years. So
wow.
We need
a horn for that. Hold on, man. People don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's real. That's dope.
Yeah.
Most definitely, man. So now I'm going through, you see I got my water, you know, I'm on it, right? And so now I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I got to keep this up. So I'm going through and I'm like, okay, I got that figured out. What else do I need to do? And so I realized that studying, Googling, reading books, etc., that's what got the weight loss, right? And so I said, all right, if I could do it myself, I need to help some other people. And if I can create this solution, I should be able to actually make a business out of it. And so that's where it started, you know, the journey of Sweat for Life. When I built that first business, and started, you know, personal training, and then I got certified in nutrition. And before you know it, man, I'm probably one of the only vegans on the internet. You know, I've been vegan almost 17 years, and I was one of the first like vegan trainers on the internet. And that's kind of what led me to, you know, building a business and growing, man. And so that's a little piece of the story. And I could be here all day, you know, talking about what I come from, but that's the big piece that most people need to hear, man.
Yeah, that's real, bro. You know about that story to me, bro, is the shift in your mindset. The first thing you said that stood out to me was like, yo, bro, I'm good. What I'm trying to do is create generational wealth for my family. I'm trying to, as long as my family good, I'm going to be the one to make the sacrifice. I'm going to put in the work to make sure the curse dies here. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if you come from an entrepreneurial background or that, bro, but like, it sounds like you came from where we come from. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that. And then to have that, I know a lot of people with diabetes right now, a lot of diseases right now that check out, like you said, bro. They just feel like that's you know what I mean? Not a lot of people gonna go to Google, check what it is, and actually put in the work.
I'm gonna be honest, and I know Jarrett because he has PTSD with this fucking trigger button right now.
What's good?
Let me say what I'm gonna say, man. Let me give him a compliment.
I'm
man.
ready.
You look good, brother. You look good, brother. No, seriously, I would have, you know, just seeing you right now, I would have never thought you were 320 pounds, bro. That's why when you said it, I'm like, wait, what? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I just looking at you, like, because you know, my whole life I've been in fitness. I actually own a fitness company. So I personal train and things of that nature. And I meal prep. We do, like, this is my lifestyle. Jarrett will tell you, right?
That's a fact.
A lot of people, when they lose that kind of weight, you know, the skin is saggy and things of that nature, right? You can tell that they used to be a lot larger. But when I look at you, man, you know, you tone, man. So, you know, congratulations to you, because I know that wasn't an easy road to travel, man, especially not knowing exactly how to do it. You were learning as you were going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So congratulations, man. You know, and I salute you for that, because health is wealth. It don't matter how much money you got in the bank, bro. If you're not alive or you're not healthy to fucking enjoy it, then that shit is just fucking paper, bro. Message. So I just had a quick question. You said you got nutrition certified. Did you actually go through like NASM or ISSA? Excuse me.
There you go. So National Academy of Sports and Medicine is what I went through. That was at the time, and I think they still are. So I've been retired as a trainer for a while, but last time I checked, NASM is #1, right?
Yeah, NASM's always been #1. Yeah.
Yep. And so I realized that was the #1. So I said, you know, the way I move, my energy, man, I'm like, show me the big dog, and I'm gonna go. I'm going after that, right? Yep. So yeah, man. So I went NASM, and as I was going and learning more and more and more, I wanted to stack the certifications. So I went NASM, got about 4 different certifications through NASM. Then I hear this, really brilliant man, Dr. Llaila Africa. Everybody's talking about him, everybody, and I'm like, man, this guy's like a god out here. So I said, let me see if I can tap in with him. So I sent him an email, just thinking like maybe he'll answer, right?
Cold email, crazy.
Right, cold email, that's it. And so Dr. Africa messaged me back. He goes, hey, I will actually certify you as a holistic practitioner. Actually, if you pay me $2,000 and drive up to Indiana, you can stay with me and my wife, and I'll teach you.
Wow.
What? Wow. Off the cold email?
Off a cold email. Cold email.
Wait, hold on. That deserves bro.
That is covered.
Yeah. And so now I'm thinking, okay, I have an opportunity to work with one of the greats.
Yeah.
Right? God rest his soul. And so I think, okay, at the time, I still don't have a lot of money. So I'm like, I'm gonna borrow a little rent money, and I'm gonna pay Dr. Africa, right? And so I send Dr. Africa the money. I drive up there to Indiana, and the rest was history, man. We became like family. I still to this day consider him my spiritual father. So yeah, man, it was a blessing.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, I just gotta tap in with something very quickly that a lot of people don't seem to understand. Notice what this man done said twice, right? He wanted to lose weight, so he Googled things, but then he also went to school, because NASM is a school, right? Whether online or whatever the case, is still a school. He went and learned to better himself, right? So that means he paid for education. Education is key. Knowledge is the best thing that you can ever have in this world. Then he reached out to somebody that he looked up to. The man said, give me $2,000. And again, he paid and said, absolutely, right? So what this is showing you is, yes, sometimes you can get things for free, but stop being afraid to invest in yourself. The same $300-$400 y'all keep spending on fucking Jordans and all this other bullshit you spending it on. Why don't you invest it in yourself? And then you'll realize you can get to where you're going, or at least.
Oh, my bad. I was a little quick on
that. I was just saying,
you was parting.
I was just saying, start the journey, because that's the problem, right? And I'm gonna keep it 100. That's a big problem with our fucking community, bro.
Yes,
we want. I'm not saying we wasn't done wrong as a culture. I'm not saying that, but stop wanting everything for fucking free, bro. Bottom line, bro. Stop wanting everything for free. Some things people are gonna charge you for because they took the time, the energy, and the effort to learn it. Right now, you want to learn it to mimic their success. They might charge you for it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You know, and I call that. I like you mentioned it, bro. The bet on yourself, bro. So like you bet on yourself and went and moved with this brother who was a mentor, bro. Like that was a change in your life, your lifestyle. That was, you know what I'm saying, for a bigger goal, bro. And like, just tell us. I would love to segue into that. Like, how did that experience change your life and help you become who you are today, bro?
Man, it was huge because, and I'm gonna speak on something. Say so. It's not only why, a lot of coaches charge, yes, but it's not only because we want to be paid for our, expertise and the time we put into it. That's one big thing. But the real big thing outside of that, man, is people don't fucking listen. If I tell you something, people just don't listen.
They won't value it. They won't value it.
That's a fact.
Seriously. Yeah. And so when things get hard, when things get like tough, the journey gets tough, the road gets tough. You get put on your butt and you're like, man, F it, I'm out. And it's like, no, bro, like I need you to be invested. So when it does get tough, you start thinking back, man, I didn't gave this man $5,000. I ain't quitting here. I'm gonna keep going, right? But when it's free, a lot of times we don't have anything invested. So when it's tough, right? What they say, when the going gets tough, I mean, people, they lay it down. And so that's what I've seen. The free, people just don't make it. They just don't make it because it was free. They didn't invest anything. So that was a big thing for me. And so to answer your question, fam, honestly, what it was like for me was that one thing. I had money invested in. And so I'm like, shit, not only did I invest money, my rent money at the time, but I also took this. I mean, I was living in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
And so I took this 6-hour drive from Nashville, and I'm like, hey, I gotta find a way to make this work, because I just gave you rent money and a 7-hour drive one way. And so I'm like, okay, we're gonna study up. I had a laptop and I set it down, push record, and as he's teaching, I'm just recording everything, right? And so when I get back, man, it's stuck in my head because I'm like, I gotta find out how to like make that money back.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I
gotta make rent. Gotta prove that for real. So I'm like, okay, I gotta make rent. So let me put this stuff to work. And so it changed my life, man, because not only did I put something in as a true investment financially and time-wise, but the one thing that Dr. Africa taught me, man, is a Black man can be vegan, be healthy, and run a business and a family. And I say / because family is business. That's a fact, right?
Okay.
And so
that was one of them ones.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't get to it. Chad had my back. I was like, yo, son, God damn it.
For real. Yeah. And so yeah, man. So he showed me that, man. I'm watching, I'm in this man's house, right? And I'm watching the vibe with his wife, and his wife is, and y'all don't take this the wrong way, but like, she's helpful. I'm just gonna say that she's helpful. She wants to help any way possible. And so whatever he was doing that he, might have missed the ball on one thing, she picked it up.
Right.
Are you hungry? I got you. Right. You need this? I got it. You need that? I got it. And so I'm watching this dynamic, right? He had a whole segment in his house for business. He had a whole segment for health. He had a whole segment for him and his wife. So I watched this man like run a structured family and business. So that changed my world. Yeah, it changed my world, man. And if you pay attention, that's exactly what I do now. So yeah.
That's super dope, because me and Jarrett talk about this all the time. Change your environment, change your mindset.
That's it.
Change your environment, you change your mindset. So once even though it's only a 7-hour drive, it's still out of what you are used to. It's out of your norm, out of your bubble. Yes. Yeah. And now you go experience something that technically you knew him, but you didn't even know him. So you didn't even know what to expect.
That's the crazy part.
That's the crazy part, right?
From both sides, though. From him to bring you, I got my wife and my family.
His family's there.
Crazy. I don't know you, fam. Like, for real.
For real.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, so this man invites you in his home and remember back in the day, and we're talking like hundreds of years ago, that was technically what an apprenticeship was. When you wanted to learn a trade, like a blacksmith or shoot, for the horses or whatever you wanted to do, you actually went and lived with the master and his family, and you learned that. You understand what I'm saying? And it was a true apprenticeship. And then once you graduated, then you would go back to your family and stuff like that. So that's super dope that he kind of incorporated that, that old school kind of like teaching.
Dr. Hayes, he said Dr. Africa was in the world's foremost authorities on health and nutrition, author of African Holistic Health, had over 50 years of experience on 80 different topics.
Yeah, Dr. Africa is dope. A lot of people that I used to train would reference Dr. Africa. And the only thing I'm going to say about that is this. I'm not saying that you can't do it. Too many people do it and they don't do their research on it, right? That being a vegan is very difficult. It takes time. It takes understanding. You have to take supplements. It's not, you can't do it cold turkey. And I've had a lot of clients, mentally I could do it. And then they end up in the fucking hospital because your body shuts down because it's not getting the nutrients and the proteins that it needs to survive. So, if you're going to go vegan, I'm just going to say, do your research, do your homework, understand what it truly takes, immerse yourself in the lifestyle of veganism, and then slowly incorporate it into your lifestyle. Don't try to, go cold turkey.
Yeah, no, that's real. I was gonna say, yo, bro, what advice would you give to people who are turning vegan now? Because I ain't gonna front. I tried it for 2 days. The food was crazy. I couldn't get used to it. So what was like the most difficult, you know what I mean, part for you to change your lifestyle like that? And what advice would you give to people who want to change their lifestyle?
Yeah, the toughest thing, man, is the traditionalism of it.
I could imagine.
We you know, as a black and brown, and I say brown because I used to work with a lot of Hispanics as well, and so we come from a heavy like I'm not gonna be rude, but we eat a lot of meat, man. We eat, in our cultures, right? And so
pause. He paused. Said pause, nigga.
I was not letting it slide.
even though it was real.
No, it was real. It was real, but I wasn't.
It deserved the tuffle.
I wasn't letting it slide. I'm sorry. Hey,
I was trying not to go there. I said I'm not gonna be rude. That's what I meant by that. I was gonna say y'all eat a bunch of meat. I was gonna be nice, but you took it there. You took it there.
I'm sorry, Tay. I'm sorry, but it was your tone, man.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Look.
And wait, quick before we go into the vegan, if you are sipping with us right now, make sure you got your more than the title cups. Make sure you go to OTB Digital, get all your stuff. It's the only thing that keeps your honey cold for 2 hours. But if you want to be healthy, it'll also keep your water cold. And we're gonna give you 5 seconds on the 5 seconds. You can scan it right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we back to the show, y'all. You know the vibes. We untraditional.
I wasn't gonna go there, but you beat me to it. Okay, I got you.
So we eat badly. Let's just say we eat.
Right. I thought he was gonna say carbs. So at first I thought you was gonna say carbs. You know what I'm saying? You was gonna be like, we eat a lot of carbs. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's not gonna go there, but I could.
Motherfucker was ready. He don't be ready. He was ready.
I ain't gonna hold your finger was gonna check. If he don't say carbs, I gotta punish you.
Now, it's funny you bring up the carbs because in the vegan world, we do eat a lot of carbs, right?
Okay.
And I think carbs are on both sides, right? It's on both sides. But what I'm noticing, a lot of flesh, a lot of dead flesh, animal flesh is eaten, amongst like black and brown communities. And what I was noticing is, for me, the hardest part to make the transition was the traditionalism part of it, because you can't sit at the family table now without looking weird, at least, right? Like, wait a minute, you ain't eating with us? And it's like, no. Like, I bought my own, food. And so that was probably the toughest part because, majority of our like hangouts, we break bread together as family. And so when you go out to eat, when you go to dinner, you dating, all of that stuff is surrounded by food. And so I went, and like I said, this is 17 years ago. So it wasn't popular, right? So I was a weirdo for real back then. And so that was the toughest part. But honestly, man, when people saw the results, that's what got people on, on my team. And so you asked me, what would I suggest? What's some of my suggestions? The number one suggestion is get savvy with, understanding what a carb, protein, and a fat is, right?
Yeah.
Because the number one thing I got when I first went vegan and I started doing my, nutrition coaching, my health coaching, the first thing people would say is, you can't be vegan. You too, because I was swole and like, you ain't eating nothing. Like that's just fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, you got to know fruits. You got to know carbs, fats, and protein. I said, because it doesn't matter what source it comes from. If you eat the same amount of carbs, same amount of fat, same amount of protein, you can get the same result physically, right? And so that was definitely a big game changer because I started noticing a lot of the vegans, they skinny because they're not eating. It's like you had a banana. Pause.
I was gonna catch you on the swole part. That was worse. The swole was worse, but I let it go because it was a clip. I let it slide. It was a clip.
I let him go.
Right. Look. I'm getting it, man. I'm with y'all. I'm with you.
You my guy. You my guy.
I'm with you. Yeah. But no, man. Like that was one of the things I was noticing was people were eating a lot of fruit and they were kind of neglecting all the protein. Vegan protein, beans, rice, tofu, whatever. And so that was definitely a big thing I was noticing.
Yeah. The influencer, I forget her name, the female, she's like huge in the vegan community. She just passed a couple of months ago. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, I got to do more research on why she passed. But from my understanding, it was like from not, you know, eating properly and for so much of an amount of time that her organs just shut down on her. You understand what I'm saying? And I'll do more research. But she was huge in the vegan community. You know what I mean? As far as like on YouTube and, you know, influencing on that, man. But like I said, people, like Tay said, immerse yourself in it, learn about it, you know, and just take your time. It doesn't have to be. This is the biggest lesson I teach my clients really quickly. When they tell me they want to gain weight, the first question I ask them is, how long have you been as big as you are right now? And they go, I've been this big around 2 to 3 years. Then expect it to take 2 to 3 years for you to come down. That's the best advice that I can give you. The problem is everybody want to be a certain way for 10 years. Then you want to change up because you got a fucking vacation in 3 weeks.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, Tay? I know you ran into that, right? A lot of girls send me pictures like, I want to look like this. And I'm like, when? By next year? 2 years? They're like, nah, I'm going to vacation in 3 months. I'm like, don't even save your money. Even if you went for surgery, you wouldn't even look like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like, so, you know, do your research on that, man. There you go. Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you, Hayes. Yeah.
P dot on the check-in.
P dot is ready. Yeah, man. Thank you, Hayes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the advice I give that. Okay, so you lost the weight, you started the company, right? So now you're in health and fitness, right? How does that transition now from you doing, you know, the Wall Street thing? So now, is that business successful or is it not successful that made you transfer over? How did that work out?
So yeah, the fitness business was wildly successful. That's what led me over here. It was two things. So I would say as a personal trainer, you're going to work one-on-one with clients usually, right? And so I started there. And I realized I was going to cap out at 80, 90K max a year, right? And so I'm thinking, okay, 80, 90K is cool. Don't get me wrong, but I need more. I need more. I got a family, you know, to take care of. I got other stuff. I want to ball out. I'm gonna be honest, right? I got shit I want to buy, right? So
let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
For real. We'll keep it real.
Keeps it real.
And so, you know, 80K a year is cool, but like I got stuff I want to buy while I'm taking care of my family. So, so I'm thinking, okay, I got to figure a way out because I'm running out of time as far as how much time I have to dedicate to working. So I'm like, man, how can I stretch my time but also make more money? And so what I did was I shut down the in-person business and I went online. And what I did was I was in person, I was charging $100 an hour, right? Okay. Or per session, we'll say that. And so I was like, man, the average person can't work with me anyway. Like our average, you know, in our community, it couldn't work with me for $100 an hour. Right. So I'm thinking, okay, if I want to get you a real good result, I'm going to need to see you at least 3 times a week. Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to, you know, and so if we're talking 3 times a week, that's what, 300 a week. That's 1,200 a month. Who you know in our community going to just walk up and pay 1,200 a month for a personal trainer?
That's right in the hood.
Not many, right? Not many people. So I said, okay, I'll tell you what. What if I could get the same result as the in-person work, right? But I can get you much cheaper and you can do it anywhere in the world. And so that was my first thing. I said, I need to innovate. And so I said, all right, I'll tell you what, I'll take this thing to $300 a month. I'll get your workouts, your nutrition plan, and your accountability by way of walkie-talkie. You could hit me up anywhere you were. Getting ready to eat that pizza and that cookie, hit me up before you do it, right? I'll talk you out of it. And so that was my thing. I could just get you going, right? Yeah.
That gets a bell. He's teaching 4th period, y'all, nutrition and business and social media, y'all, and internet.
Yes. Wow. So that was the thing, right? So I leveraged the internet. I said, okay, cool. So $300 a month, I get you everything you need, and I could be anywhere in the world, and you can still get to me. I said, so we're gonna try this out. And so first, you know, a few 50 people, 60 people came in. I'm like, damn, it's actually working. I was like, okay. And that started growing, and it went to 100 people. I was like, okay, cool, $30K a month. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, all right, well, let me, you know, 30 a month, bro. Right. And so I'm blown away at this point. I'm like, wow, okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see. Don't spend all of this money though, because it's the first thing, you know, it's in my blood too. I'm like,
ball out.
I can ball out now.
I'm ready to ball.
That new picture is looking real obtainable right now.
Real good. So I'm like, okay, don't do that. Yeah. So I'm fighting myself the whole time. Like, no, don't spend that money. So I'm stacking. And I tell myself, well, what got you here? And I was like, well, exposure on the internet, investing in myself. Cool. Stop right there. Invest that money back into the business. So I was like, all right, got it. So now I'm putting 10, 20K into the business and keeping 10K. Right. I pay my taxes, live off what I've been living off of, but I'm putting 20K back into the business per month. Well, that grew, and I went from 100 clients to 300 a month.
So if you don't mind, why you scaling that, bro? When you went from 100 to 300, when you made that investment, what specifically did you invest in? What did you put in Google ads? You added more content? Like, I just want to make sure the audience know. Like, yep.
Now I got trust issues, man. I'm a Capricorn, and we don't really trust a lot of people. So, so
you didn't really
I didn't want to give.
Like,
I ain't outsourcing, right? So I was like, all right, I need to figure out how to run my own ads. Because at the time, and I mean, even still now, if you hire an ads manager, they run off with your bag so quick, it's ridiculous, right? And so I was like, I need to figure this thing out for myself. So first little, few thousand went to another coach, teach me how to run ads. I'll learn this myself, right? And so now I'm running the ads. So I got the education now, so I'm running the ads. I'm retargeting, and all right, cool. I'm learning about pixels. So if you touch one page, I can follow you for the rest of your life on every site you go to. I can follow you because you touched my page, right? And so I'm like, okay, this is good. So that allowed me to then be okay with putting 20K into ads because I knew what I was doing. I was confident, right? Yeah. And so that's where it really started to turn into something crazy. So now we at 90, 95K a month. Right. And I still, no overhead. All I need to do is run ads, right? And
goodness. My bad, bro. That's
no, you're good. You're good.
He said 95K a month. I'm like,
so that's I love the ROI on the 20K to turn it into 95, bro. The getting the coach, getting to do it like so. What was your custom, your lifetime custom? Like, what was your lead? Because I know when you first started, probably like $100 a lead or something. You done optimized that shit and got it down to about $15, $20 a goddamn lead. So you got predictable revenue coming off online, and you could just focus on the product.
Facts. That's it. That's exactly right. And
fire.
You pretty spot on, man. You know your shit. I see.
Right. Bro, OTB Digital. If you want to know your shit, OTB Digital.
Right?
So ain't no dummies over here now, Tay. Right? We ain't no dummies over here now.
Oh yeah. I see.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. You spot on, man. That's exactly how I did it. And literally, I say over a course of maybe 2 or 3 years, I was consistent with that. So I stayed consistent for about 3 years before I started dialing back. And so at this point, I'm about 26, 27, and I'm making $1 million a year.
Right.
And, million plus a year now. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, you figured that out. What's the next solution you need to, provide?
Right.
And what I realized is that most trainers, even to this day, most trainers still don't have it figured out. Right. And so I was like, I'm going to do business coaching. I've done it already. Let me help you. I can help you. I got my bag. As long as I got and that's the thing. It's enough in it for everybody because I only had 300 people, give or take. Some people will come in and you got your churn rate. So people come in, some people leave, but on average, it was about 3 to 320. And so I'm like, all I need is 300 people in the world and I can make a bag, right? So I can.
There you go. They gotta understand. That's a message.
Right? And so I'm like, I could teach you how to do the same thing and it's not going to affect my bag. Right. I'm good. And so that was my thinking behind it. Right. Growth mindset, growth mentality. So I started teaching on that, man. And
just so you know, wait. I want to break this. I want to break down what you said.
Because that was real. Yeah.
Even more. Fuck the world. Tay, we come from the projects, bro. 300 motherfuckers is one building.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not even your whole neighborhood. What this man just explained to y'all was he was able to become a millionaire with just the support of just his neighborhood. That's what he's saying to you, roughly, like the equivalent of just a couple people in his own neighborhood supporting him. He was able to be
online community. He built a community. You build the community, you can monetize, you can sell anything. And when it's your own, you ain't got to rely on any other resources. You go direct to consumer, y'all. That's the value of this. Like we going right now, we're direct to consumer. We giving y'all the podcast content straight to you. And that's what he's doing right now. And when you do that, it creates less friction and more revenue, straight up and down.
And what he's also telling you is if it's 1,000 people in the community, I take 300, you take 300, he take 300. You got 3 millionaires, and we still ain't run out of people. That's another message that he said.
That's bars.
And that's why he said we all can eat, because he's showing you that you think that it takes an enormous amount of money, enormous amount of support, enormous amount of people to become successful, and it really doesn't. It only takes a certain amount of people to be consistent.
That's it. That's it.
Successful. That's
and I ain't gonna hold you. You got me ready to run an ad, bro. You got me ready to run a motherfucking ad. I know this shit, but we do everything organic, bro.
Yeah.
Everything for our business has been organic. Everything we've done for our business has been straight like this. We be on the podcast. The podcast drives 90% of our business, to keep it all the way real with you. And we got courses, relationships, and revenue, because that's what it's about. Like if we do business after this, bro, it's all love. But if not, I'm still cool with calling you bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it works. And if I can help you do something and line something up, we can line it up. But like, that's what it's about, bro. So the fact that you utilized that and did all that, and I've got to ask you, bro, because I want to go back to your story, but I've got to ask you this one question, because this question always goes on YouTube, bro. And after hearing your story and what you've been through, changing your lifestyle, your mindset, what was it like when you got that first M, bro? What was that like for you? You know what I'm saying? Was you happy? Was you mad? Like what was you like? I'll keep going, bro. I gotta know.
I'm gonna give you. It was half and half, man. So it was super, super happy, like joy. And I'm gonna throw in what I feel like most men need to hear anyway. So I don't want to skirt past this. Yeah. It was very great on one end. Like, yeah, we did it. Right. I'm hyped, running around the house. But then at the same time, I was married to a woman, and we weren't even married yet. But we were close. I had been with her for a while. And of course, this is my ex now. But like at the time, I'm with this woman, and like I remember showing her, I said, look, this is what we got in the bank. I showed her $2 million, right? And she goes,
that's liquid,
right? And she goes, man, that's just gonna drive us apart. And I was like, what? Like,
what?
Right?
You gotta explain that.
Yeah, for real.
Lost. And so I asked myself, I'm like, what the hell was that? Like, so where's that coming from? Yeah. So what I realized is that, when you are going into situations with people, you have certain insecurities that are there, right? Yeah. And a lot of people, this is not just in relationships or intimate relationships, but this is also with just like brothers or family members or sisters and cousins and moms. When you start to level up, sometimes people think you are going to leave them. Okay. Right? As you level up, they think you're leaving. So all the memories that I have of you and all the things, your day ones, and this is one of my favorite sayings, your day ones, because of the memories and the love from day one, often want to keep you at day one so they can continue to get the love, right? And so
come on, I knew you was gonna hit that, Jack.
As soon as I pressed the button, you already pressed it. I'm sitting there ready, son. I got the damn ready. I got all my sounds.
That was a real one right there.
Yeah, listen to that real quick.
That one up. Go ahead, Tato.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like that. That was a dope quote right there. We definitely gonna put that out there.
Appreciate it.
But was she one that helped you? Like, was she along with you for the ride? Did she see it at ground zero all the way to got that? Or
yes and no.
Through halfway, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that's important too.
She started at the bottom with me, which is why I stuck around right through, some of the red flags that you see, right? It's like, damn, I can't be that guy. Like, oh, you come up now you switch up on me. I was like, no, I'll stick around. We're gonna figure this thing out. We're doing the therapies, we're doing all the stuff, right? Yeah. Well, what I realized though is that a lot of people who start the journey with you, they started with you for a reason. Everybody is selfish. I don't give a shit who you are. Everything you do in your life has something in it for you. That's just it, right? If not, why are you here? like literally, right? And so the number one thing we all have to do is when we come into any type of diatribe or any type of transaction, right? Or a link up with anybody, you have to realize I got to get something out of this, whether it's conversation, good conversation, whether it's some type of exchange, whatever it may be, there's something in it for each individual. And so what I realized is that she was looking more so when we first started out, she was looking for this this eye candy, right? Because she made decent money, right? So she's like, let me just find me a boy toy with some muscles and you just be quiet and you sex me up. And so I'm like, nah, that ain't what this is, right? Like I get money and And so what happened was, and the reason why that started that way is because she met me when I was at the bottom, right? So I'm climbing, right? I'm climbing. So I was the guy with the muscles and not much money, right?
Yep.
And so my fellas who've been there, you know, if you got to
fall back, you got to flex on her a little bit.
You got to flex a little bit.
You know what I mean? When you come home, baby, I got your slippers.
You know, you got to do a little something.
I'll be
right?
teamwork.
You gotta throw on the Arnold voice. Get to the chopper.
Damn you.
Damn you, Daniel.
Damn you, woman.
Chopper.
I work.
Hey,
I do it.
seriously.
You like, babe, where's dinner? Over there. No.
Thanks. So you know, you got to do what you got to do, right? So,
Facts though.
So yeah, man. Like honestly, you know, I look at it as a power shift, right?
Come on,
That's loud.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Hayes is officially the second commenter on our audience who got a Ayo. We happened last week.
For that. You get the Ayo for that. Completely out of line for that.
Well, he did say her though. He did say her. I got your back, dog.
He still mentioned it though.
Yeah, it's tone. You type on your tone.
And he typed it out.
That's hilarious. But yeah, man, you know, it ended up being one of those we call it a power shift. So it became one of those things where it's like you're here to serve me, and now, you know, as I get my bag, and, you know, being totally honest, like now I'm beating my chest. I'm like, no, I need you to now serve me. Right? That's what this is, right? Right. And so things started to get a little rocky because of that, and that's what ended up, you know, getting us, you know, split up or whatnot. So it was a great feeling, man. But honestly, I didn't get to enjoy it as much as, you know, people would think because of that situation. So. But you know, we eventually ended up getting there. So I'll take.
Let me ask you this, and I think we've asked this question a bunch of times, right?
Yeah.
And Jarrett, I just realized something.
What's up?
I just realized something. A lot of the answers that we've gotten have been like melancholy, like it was just a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I just fucking figured out why. Tay put together a program. He was making $3,000 a month, then went to 30,000, you know, 30,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
Add on another 100. Now he making, you know, 100,000 a month. He's not broke anymore. When he made his first million, he could damn near he can calculate at 30,000 a month. I can calculate exactly when I'll be a millionaire.
Absolutely.
At 100,000, I can. So at that point, when you make that,
coming.
you already know what's coming. Pause.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's coming.
Nah, I ain't going to nod. Nah, we go. Let's go. Whoa.
He expected it.
Yeah,
and I think that's why. And I think because he expected it, and not only did he expect it, but when you make the first million, you already got the rest of the money behind. Like he didn't hit the lotto and make $1 million from being
0
broke.
to 60.
From zero to 200 million.
Yeah.
He already was like, I'm at 100,000, 200,000, 3. So he's not broke no more.
But we have heard different responses. Like it depends on where you are in your lifestyle and what was your journey, right? Somebody like you, Tay. We also had another brother, Mike Barron, come on. He said the same thing. He's like, I saw it from 300 to 400. Now we're going to get $1,000 dinners. You don't see it move, and then when you get it, it's like, yo, he wanted to cry. I've had my mentor tell me, yo, it was just a Tuesday. We had another brother, Isaiah Colton. He was like, yo, it was the worst feeling of my life.
Yeah,
it's like, because then you feel guilty because you're succeeding, and all the other people around you are not at that level. So you're like, is it me? Is it that? When really. And like it likens it to what Tara said. I think this was the realest bar we've ever heard on this goddamn show, bro. Because she likens the relationship to boxes of crayons. You have your 8, 16, 24, 64. Who's in your box at 8? And you have to be comfortable with rearranging your box at 8.
Yeah.
And you know that it's a bar. When that was one of the illest lines I've ever heard on this show, bro. She said that shit. I'm like, oh my God. And it makes so much sense, bro, because we hold on to relationship. I know me personally, I hold on to relationships. Once I love you, I love you. You know, Chaz, he'll be like, nah, you good. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Once I love you, I love you.
Yeah,
you're a good one.
Say, look, I'm a Leo. I either fuck with you or I don't. Ain't no fucking middle ground. Ain't no fucking fake hugs, fake what's ups. I say if I don't say what's up to you in the park, I'm not saying what's up to you in front of my mama. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I either fuck with you or I don't. So Jared be like, come on, cuz man, you know we
depends who it is. Who it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, fuck this nigga.
That's what he does.
Nah, for real though. I'm with you.
But you know, I want to say something too though. Shout out to LaShawn. She said eyes on the she commenting from Instagram. She said eyes on the prize. and that you're goal driven. You know what I'm saying? And that you're speaking the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to LaShawn.
Shout out to LaShawn.
You know what I'm saying? I want to say this though, because you made a very good point, man. The day one shit, and we talk about this shit all the time on this show. I can agree with Jarrett, man. There's a lot of people that we done been through some shit, Tay. I'm talking some real fucking life-changing shit. And I ain't gonna lie, once you kind of grow out of that dynamic, it hurts you when you can't bring them with you. Fact. I'm not gonna lie. Now that hurts, right? Because you feel like, damn, man, you do feel guilty that now you're elevated at a different level and they can't come with you. Not because you don't want them to come with you, it's just because whatever their dynamic is mentally, you know, they just can't do what it needs to be to come with you.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to take care of them.
Yep. Can't do that.
That's
I got mouths to feed.
Right. No, but I'm just saying, Jay, you know what I'm talking about.
That's
right?
real talk, bro.
It's either, you know, with us, we're going to work together and we're going to build together. But some people like, come on, my nigga, we grew up together. Like you owe it to me, almost like an entitlement thing. Absolutely. Like if I ain't saved you back from what, you wouldn't even have the opportunity to do that. So you owe me. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like it'd be that type of situation. And LaShawn said, yeah, see, the mindset ain't there and they need to build. And she's absolutely right.
You got to work. I'm letting y'all know right now. Friends, family, debts cleared. Mama loving them and winning. I got a couple of homies, you know what I mean, that's holding me down. Other than that, y'all have the reason why I say that is y'all have the same opportunity. It'd be the ones that see you doing it. And I wish more of us did this in communities. A few brothers that are helping, like my brother Hayes was on the show. Like, if you see us moving, why I don't get the yo, Jay, Chad, what do y'all need?
Yeah.
Yo, I do thumbnails. Yo, can I do the thumbnails for your YouTube? And can we build together? Yo, son, can I do the titles, the descriptions? Yo, can I do something? Like, how can I be of help to you guys so we can build together? You know what I mean? People, I got one person.
But let me tell you, I got to answer for that real quick. And I think, Tay, you're going to agree with this. A lot of people in the neighborhood want to be the man.
That's it.
The dynamic in the neighborhood, we call it a doja, right? But that's because it's just miseducation. We call it a doja, like when you work for somebody or you help somebody out or you're not the number one person in charge. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucking problem in the hood. Nobody want to be underneath somebody and feel like they're working for them. They rather go work for a complete fucking stranger.
The man.
The man, and get treated like absolute shit than to work for somebody they know and be like, yeah, I work for the homie that we grew up with. That shit is the craziest shit to me in the world.
And it's a shift of mind. Work for or work with. You working with me. You ain't working for me. I don't give a fuck about paying your salary. You're working with me. It's your mindset. Change that. One word.
Yeah. Facts. That's a fact. But I'm just telling you that's the way it is, right? And the difference is like let me tell you something. Like Hayes, he commented a bunch of times. Tay, let me tell you something. That kid is on it, right? If there's something that he doesn't know, and I'm vouching for him, if it's something that kid don't know, he's Googling that shit. He's reading fucking books. He's researching that shit.
As he should.
His work ethic is different. You understand? When he want to learn something, he want to do something, he immerses himself in it. So it's different now than when you get an opportunity. Of course, we're going to bring him along.
Absolutely.
And let me say something, man. Like,
please do, bro.
And so to that point, man, you know, that's how I operate. And so, you know, a lot of people ask me, how did you handle that dynamic as you were rising, right? And so I'm a very generous man, right? I'm like this with my women that I know when I date, and I'm married now, but like even before I was married, like I'm generous up front. And so what I do with family, dating, whatever it is, I'm gonna offer you heaven on earth, right? I'm gonna give you heaven on earth first, right? Yeah. I'm gonna see how you move. Right. And so if I'm offering all of these things and you just laying there like, yeah, keep that up, then I know you're here to lounge. You're not here to help. You're not here to help build. Right. And so now I'm looking at you sideways and I'm gonna still let you do your thing. And I'm gonna watch you. That's it. I'm gonna just watch. And I'll keep spending the money. I got the dinners. And look, this goes from the bottom to the top. I'm gonna be honest. This goes from the bottom to the top, right? And so I got some people right now. Right, in my circle, they're not in my circle, but right now at this level, I got the private jet, right? I pay for the jet, I pay for this, I pay for that, right? Let me see what you putting in on it. I know you got the money because now I'm talking about people who actually are with me. I'm generous no matter who you are, right? And I watch how you respond, right? I watch how you respond, I watch how you move.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I'm not asking for much, but I just want a little reciprocity, right? You know?
Facts.
That's it.
Right?
That's
facts.
it.
A little reciprocity. And so
That's it.
for me personally, I let you pretty much vote yourself off the island. I don't have to do much. I let you vote yourself off.
Come on, John.
Yo, bro, I was like this, and I was like, can't get to the point, my guy. Can't get to the point. I was like, shit, nigga, that was real. Motherfuckers voting themselves off the island. For me, y'all
vote yourself off the island.
Crazy.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man.
Yes, sir.
Tay, man. We go through that shit at this level. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Right now,
we go through that shit right now, man. And I actually did a you gonna laugh at this shit, right? What's up, Jazz? You gonna laugh at this shit. We did a commentary called Real Talk, right? And one of my topics on Real Talk is the misinterpretation of when you walk in a club and you see a motherfucker and you give him the head nod like "What's up?" and you turn around and then he right on top of you like, "Yo, what we drinking?" Like, hold on. You was in the club. I got here with no cup in your fucking hand. Clearly, you're not
right.
Oh no, my brother, you got to get your own.
For real.
Like, I gave you the head nod, like I acknowledge you, nigga. I didn't do like this, like come over. But no, Tay, what you said is true, right? You got to be careful, man, because when people get used to you being the provider, they will inadvertently take advantage of you. And I'm not talking everybody. I'm talking about the people that normally are I call them leeches, man, because that's really what they are. Because we're not little fucking kids, right? If you've been to more than one party, like you say, Tay, you've been on a private. Say you've never been on a private jet, motherfucker. You know what a plane ticket costs. How about that? How about that? Even on Spirit, you know it costs $100, whatever the fuck the case is. If we get on a private jet, you see I'm doing all this, and I ain't asked you for nothing, and you ain't even attempt to offer me nothing, that tells me mentally where you are. That you didn't even. I already know you might not be able to foot this whole bill. I'm not looking for you to foot the bill, but damn, I can't even get $1. I can't even fit. You didn't even offer. It's that.
And look out and bring good energy. Don't say slick shit. Just be in order. Just
must be nice.
Be nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that shit is crazy, bro. But like, I love the fact that you said vote him off the island, bro.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, how do you? Like, as you was coming up, how did you like identify that? Because you can't let everybody in your circle. Like when you think, I think about the Dr. Africa story you said, right? Yeah. Like, so how do you identify good people that you want to be around? You just like energies or something your heart tells you. Like, how do you really identify people in it and identify them leeches, bro? We don't want them around.
Well, it's levels to it, man, because some leeches are willing to jump through some hoops to be the leech, right?
Facts.
And so I'm gonna make you jump through hoops to get to the leech position first. And so, for example, I remember one guy.
He's saying, nah, dog. You're gone too far. You're gone too far. We're gonna be one of them ones.
Let's go.
And so, yeah, man, I'm gonna make you jump through hoops to even reach the leech position. And so I had one guy who, was a childhood friend, and he's like, man, we gotta hang out, we gotta do this. I said, man, I'm pretty busy. I said, I absolutely, and what I try to do is to never say no. So I said, hey, we do have to hang out. But my time during, people being up hours is what I consider after 7 a.m. is crazy. Everybody, pulling at me. I said, so let's hang out. I go work out at 4 a.m. Meet me at 4 a.m. at the gym. Copy. 4 a.m. get here, right? Okay. No show. Cool. I got the first one. Man, excuse. All good. Yeah. I'll be there at 4 a.m. next morning. Didn't show up. Cool. Now I got two things going on. One, I haven't said no. As a matter of fact, I said yes twice, and you haven't showed up. Now they're automatically feeling down, and they don't want to text me now. So then what I do is I double down on that. Like, I'll just send them some eyes, like the eyes emoji, like.
Look at this.
Right? Where you at? And so now they come with the text with, you could tell their tail is tucked, and now they feel bad because it's like, damn, he just told me to meet and I ain't meet. So now you owe me one, right? And so what I keep doing is I just put you through things. Man, I'm trying to get in that STB, man, secure the bag. It seems dope. Y'all making money, yada, 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 yada. Bet, send me your email, free of charge. I got you. You family, right? Right. You go in there. Don't call me for no coaching until you go through 100% of it. And I can see the back end, like on the back end of the coaching program. I can see how much you've done, right? And so now I'm like, okay, next thing you're asking from me. Cool. You wanted my time. Now you want this. Cool. Before you get any coaching from me, go through that. I know you're serious if you finish 100% of it. So now I'm checking behind, I'm checking the emails and the analytics, and I'm like, okay, you ain't even opened it. Right? So now the very next time you message me, if you're trying to get into the leech position, I'm like, bro, you're not even doing, I've been handing you stuff. I've been handing you valuable things, right? You're not taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to, rely on you for X, Y, and Z? You're asking for a handout. I'm trying to start a business. Throw me $30,000. Bro, you haven't logged into the fucking portal to start learning.
Right.
I can't trust you with 30K if I can't even trust you with the time. Right?
That's so real, bro.
So yeah, that's how I do it. So I put people through loops and I see if you're gonna show up every now and it could just be something simple. Yo, man, it's been a minute, man. We got to link up. Most definitely, family. Shoot me a text. Here go my number. Bop, 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 bop. No text. Right?
Crazy.
And so that's how I separate everybody.
That's exactly how I like that a lot. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, that's fire.
Yeah,
that's
I like
fire.
that a lot.
What we gonna do for you, Tay? After the show, we gonna send you some. So the next time one of them leeches wanna, get put through the ring and they text you, I need this, I need that.
Homie, don't play that.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? None of that. None of that. That is so.
You ain't even log into the portal, man.
We need that, but for those, listen, how do you tell a man that fucking learned this stuff, changed his life, got changed his whole entire mindset, and you won't even log into the portal? We want the handout. The problem is the leech didn't get the handout that was anticipated or he thought he expected, and that's the bullshit. And if we change our mindset, it's okay to be like, yo, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna take the time out. Yo, I'll be the janitor. I'll be that. Yo, what do you need, bro? You need me to hold the bags while we go? You going on the flight? Yo, cool, no problem. I'm gonna make sure everything's good. Yo, make sure you on the PJ, bro. Yo, do we got the drinks that he like? He got his water. Is everything cool? And it's okay to be bro.
Niggas,
how do you learn?
Niggas is not humbling themselves. In the word humble in that instance to do that. I'm telling you what it is, man. You know how many motherfuckers could have watched Tay and been in a better position than Tay? And Tay, if I say something wrong, you correct me right now. Could have watched Tay grow up, had the opportunity to help Tay and didn't. See Tay as this fat kid, he ain't gonna never be nothing. Watch Tay change his fucking life, right? And now that Tay's higher than them, they can't, bro. It's impossible to. It is impossible for them now to go back and be like, yo, little big homie.
Little big homie. Oh, that's nuts. Little big homie is nuts.
Little big homie. Now I need a fucking handout, right? Now I need a handout, and then Tay look at him as a man and be like, all right, my nigga, but guess what? I started from the bottom. You gonna start from the fucking bottom. They not doing that, bro.
That's a perfect segue, bro.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the bottom, bro. We talked about the success and where you was going. I read I'm looking at an article right now, bro. Millionaire mentor. It looked like you're in front of the Lamb, you know what I'm saying? A Ferrari, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It says, yo, you filed for bankruptcy and moved to your mom's house in 2008. You were sleeping on her living room floor, bro. You said, you didn't even know if you had a bed to sleep on. You were pissed deep down inside, you knew. And you got a quote here. It says, I knew I should have been an entrepreneur and create my own economy. Can you walk us through that moment, bro, when you had to go back to mom's house and how you overcame, bro?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's this story that I use to essentially keep the leeches at bay, keep them from entering the leech position. So what I do is, and feel free, it's not trademarked yet, but it's in the press. All right. Feel free to use it a little bit for now.
We'll put it on a hoodie. Let's do some revenue share with you. We'll do a rev share, right?
Listen. Be clear. We can throw that a Tay Sweat mug with his quote on it.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Right? It's just a little disclaimer, right? So what I tell people is, and I say, look, if you're in this position where you have to tell people this, feel free to, remix it, but you can use it. What I tell people is I say, listen, everything I had to go through from sleeping on my mom's floor, which we'll get to that story, sleeping on my mom's floor and like pretty much pulling myself out of the fucking ditch.
Yeah, man.
Everything I went through is what made me who I am today. So I cannot ethically take that experience away from you by bailing you out. So what I need you to do is, we call it eat shit. You're going to have to eat shit for a while, right? You're going to have to go to the bottom. You're going to have to climb yourself out of that damn hole because that builds character. So when you get to a certain level, you're ready and you remember all the shit you had to go through. And so now you know how to work it out so you don't go back, right? And so if I pull you out of that hole, without letting you experience those things, I rob you of very, very necessary skills, right? And experiences.
There it is.
Hold on. You got a bell. You can keep going. You got a bell, bro. You know what to do. We're in 5th, 6th period now. Shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, that's, you know, one of the things I always tell people, like, I can't ethically bail you out of that, you know, those experiences. I need you to feel those experiences and what it feels like to have to climb out of the hole, right? So, so yeah, man, you know, filed bankruptcy in 2008, you know, the crash or the financial crisis was what it was called. And so, yeah, man, I had a job. This is before the business. And this is what actually led me to build the business. And so I'm working at a job. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, working at this warehouse called AWG, right? If anybody in Nashville, you know what that is.
I know AWG.
Shout out to Cash.
Okay, yep, right?
I know AWG. A lot of times they got the yellow logo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a fact.
Yep. Yes, sir. And so I'm working at AWG as an order selector, right? That's one of the hardest jobs you can find. So it's a production-based job. You got to pick, you know, I think it's 225 cases an hour. You're running around crazy. And so this is a grocery store warehouse where we pick the orders and we ship them to the grocery stores, right?
Makes sense. Okay.
And so, you know, I'm making decent money, you know, $90K a year at that time. And basically we go through the recession in 2008, 2009. They fired me, you know, I had a house, so I lost the house. I had a car, I had 2 cars, lost the cars. You know, I lost it all pretty much. And I had to move in with my mom's, right? And so I'm sleeping on the floor at my mom, on the living room floor, right? Living room floor. And one of the things I'll never forget, a black mama gonna keep it real with you. She like,
absolutely,
you a grown man. And so although you sleeping on the floor in the living room, you don't have a room, you don't have a bed, you're on the living room floor, you grown. So I need half that rent, big dog. Like, I did it.
I wasn't expecting that. Shout out to Mama Love. She said, I ain't gonna rob you of that experience.
Hold on. You know Mama Love gets this. You know Mama Love gets
I keeps it love.
The big dog. Nigga say you swole over there, pause. No, you ain't got my 550?
For real. For real.
That's
so
crazy.
You know, mom's wasn't going. She wasn't going. She's like, look, I get it, but you grown. And so that's still that you know, that tough love that mom, you know, provided. And so that's the same thing that I mean when I say I'm not gonna rob you of that experience. You need to still climb yourself out the hole, you know. So yeah, she's like, look, you got a few weeks to figure it out, and then I need half the rent while you on the floor. And so I'm like, all right, bet. And so now I'm motivated because, you know, 2 things. One, I feel like a bum, right? I'm on the floor, right? And so I feel like a bum. I come from a high, making $90K a year to nothing, right? And so I'm taking odd, you know, they're little odd jobs, or what we in the South we call them temp service jobs, right? Yeah. And so I'm working these little temp service jobs just to make sure I could pay half and slowly get my certification for NASA, right? This is when when I was building for that. And so I told myself, I said, listen, this sucks. I hate this, you know, sleeping on the floor. It's horrible, right? I said, so what do I need to do to make sure I never end up in this situation again? And so I started unwinding what happened, right? Because you go through your failure, woe is me, victim mentality first. It's like, I suck. I can't believe this happened. You know, pause. And you know,
I didn't even catch
said,
that.
Okay.
I was in the story, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, yo, nah, this is dope.
I let him ride.
And so, you know, look, I'm gonna make sure we own it right now. So I got you.
I got it.
But no, man. So I'm like, okay, this is. I'm at a point that I feel like I'm at the worst position, you know, I could have ever been as a man, sleeping on my mom's floor. So I got to make sure this never happens again. How did I get here? Because I was allowing someone to put food on my table, which means they had the green light to take food off my table, right? And so I was like, okay, never put yourself in that position again. Put your own food on the table. And so if it comes off the table, it's because I took it off, right? And so at that point, I said, okay, we're going to create a job for ourselves first, not a business. We're going to create a job. I meant that. We're going to create a job for myself first. Solopreneur. Cool. So I started doing that. And I said, from there, we're going to start growing it into a business, right? And so I'm reading the books, the Rich Dad, Poor Dads, the Richest Man in Babylon. You know the books, man. I'm reading all of them, right? Killing Sacred Cows by Garrett Gunderson is another good one. And so I'm reading these books that really like unlock your mind in the financial space. And so as I'm building my way out of there, I did have this one. I got to always give a shout out to, a brother from another mother. I mean, literally, we built businesses together. We've done all this stuff, man. And he was the reason why I was able to maneuver in a way to get out of there quicker than I thought I would. Yeah. So Ed, he's pretty much my power forward in basketball. So we play ball going up together. And so he's my power forward. I'm the guard, right? And so he's like, bro, we all we got. So if you need something, I got you. So I had to go to work. He had to go to work. So he's like, bro, on my way to work, I'll just scoop you up to take you to work. And then you just stay there all day. And then when I'm off of work, I'll take you back home. So I was like, okay, bet. Right. And so it worked out for me. And so, till this day, we've been taking care of each other. So, yeah, man, literally, he had my back. And so at this point, we're talking like, hey, what are we going to do to get out of the situation? So we decided real estate was the way to go. Let's go get a piece of real estate. Let's, we're going to make this like contract.
Yeah.
You don't go get another apartment, house or nothing. I won't go get another apartment or house. We're going to be roommates through our 20s until we both are millionaires. If you're not a millionaire, I'm not a millionaire. We don't go nowhere. Right.
Wow.
And so
fire.
We got a condo probably on my 19th, 20th birthday, and around the 20th birthday, and actually a little bit later, probably 21st. So 21st birthday, and basically we do our thing, right? We're building every piece of like profit that comes in for the business. I put it back into the business, and so I'm able to do that because we splitting I think at the time I was paying $675 a month. He was paying $675 a month for mortgage, for lights, water, and the cell phone bill, right? And so it's straight cheap. So I'm like, okay, cool. So anything I make over $650 a month, I can put it back into the business. Outside of a couple groceries. Yeah. So we're doing what we got to do to grow the business. He's growing his business. He's in development and real estate as well. I'm in, of course, I was doing the health thing. And so I'd say maybe 25, he hit his first million. Right? He hit his first million. And people are like, but how do y'all do it at such a young age? I said, we didn't do the young, stupid shit that people do. We don't smoke weed. We don't smoke cigarettes. We don't do drugs. I ain't tricking off on no women, right? Most motherfuckers that I know, bro, in my position, they go get a fucking Hemi Charger or a Challenger or something. Yeah. Would you do that? That's a gas guzzler. It's gonna cost you more tires because you're gonna be spilling out and shit. You're gonna be doing too much. I went and got a fucking Camry, an old Camry, right? And I drove that Camry, saved my money, stacked the money until I didn't have to drive the Camry anymore. Guess what? When I hit my first million at 26, I didn't go get a Hemi. I didn't go get a Challenger. I didn't even go get a Mercedes, right? I bought a brand new Camry. Message. He's gonna say
upgraded to the 03. But I got navigation.
He said, guess what? We got leather seats now.
You know what I'm saying? You shit me? I got a car. I got two cars. Not one, two.
Look. You ain't got to roll the windows down.
Ain't no more window, right?
This shit automatic, ma.
For real.
That's real, bro. That's discipline, bro. That is extreme discipline.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
I just want to go back to the I really want to hone on, bro, and I love that story, bro. That shit is inspiring me as you're saying this shit. But not robbing people of the experience. Yeah, like that was the realest shit, bro, because and my mentor once told me when I first, before we started the business, is like, yo, you don't know until you know. You don't know what being an entrepreneur is like until you step in that shoe, until you take the risk. And when you take the risk, shit gets real. And it's things that me and my cousin have encountered this year. Last year was probably one of the hardest years of my life. We 1 year in business. We had up days, down days, bad days. You don't know the shit you have to sacrifice. I was up $150,000 a year. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's what I do if I go back into sales. I said, I'm not doing that. We probably took one check out the entire year, still got to pay rent. Motherfuckers like, yo, mama loving them. Like, yo, you think you might have to go back and do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We got responsibilities, all that stuff. But you know what? We double down. And we double down more. And then when it really gets hard, we triple down. That's what me and my cousin do, bro. And what that's building for us and the character, it taught me a lot about me. Like straight up and down, bro. What are you really fucking made of? How bad do you want this shit? Are you really want to be the one to change generational curses in this motherfucker? Or are you not? Are you going to take that step, bro? And that's what we on. And like, so for anybody listening, that's the beauty of it. So when we hear and I ask that question of what it's like to get to 1 million, because I know what it's like because I'm in the process right now. So I want to make sure I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Because really the most enjoying part is this moment right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing this shit.
You know, I agree with what Jarrett said 100%, but that's why I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't give a fuck. That's the best way.
That's the best way to be.
You hit me with the segue.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I don't give a fuck. Because most people, I'm talking about the niggas I grew up with, even in the streets. Most people, even though we grew up, didn't go through what I went through. What I went through. Y'all niggas was there. We was in the streets together, but y'all niggas ain't live what I lived. You understand what I'm saying? And I lived that fucking life. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why when a motherfucker make an excuse, you can't tell me nothing, bro. Like I don't give a fuck. Like, nigga, we was homeless, eating in soup kitchens, washing up in bathrooms, sleeping in the fucking MTA. But niggas can't say that, bro. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. It was what it was. Living in the crack house, all that shit. We went through that. If you ain't lived that kind of life, I don't want to hear no fucking excuses. You understand what I'm saying? So the problem is, like you said, is how bad do you want it? You understand what I'm saying? And even if you don't have the mentality or the education, because everybody can't be the boss, right? Everybody can't be at the front. At least know that and put yourself in position to align yourself with a team so that you can be a very important cog in the fucking machine and you can still be successful.
Message.
Awareness, y'all. Self-awareness is key.
Fact, man.
That's it. And I want to say this before anybody, but anybody's like, man, it's doom and gloom. So what about I'm gonna get there, right? And so what I want to say about that, right? Because I feel like everybody is hustling. Anybody who's on their grind, on the hustle, you got this North Star of what you're trying to reach, right? It's like, if I could just get here, it's gonna be game on, right? And so, I was going through my trials and tribulations through that because, I got a lot of family who's in the streets, right? Making their money that way. And, I come from a family of high, level, whatever we do, we're gonna make it to the top of that. I'll just say that.
That's it.
So
That's
whatever we're doing, we're gonna be up here with it. So
this guy. This guy's good. This guy. This ain't your first podcast.
Absolutely not.
He said, I ain't gonna say no names and nothing, but just know we do it and we do it well. And if you act up,
for reason, gonna be trouble.
For real. Yeah. So man, I'm like, look, they're watching me too, right? And so one of my biggest motivations was to show them, okay, I'm gonna outspend you. I'm gonna outball. I'm gonna out. Whatever car you driving, I'm gonna get way better than you. Right. You got to give me some time, right? And so they're watching me, and they laughing at me. You got that piece of shit you driving, Camry, they talking mad crazy. I'm like, okay, it's all good. And so I'm documenting in my head. I'm like, okay, I hear you. So for all my people who think it's like, so I just got to drive Camrys for the rest of my life, no. And so I'm building. And see, I got this thing that I learned when I was sleeping on my mom's floor on how to navigate your finances in a smart way, but still have the things you want. And so something that I created, I made this rule, a list of rules. And so when it comes to cars, I can't buy a car until I make that amount of money in a month, 1 month.
Message.
So whatever car that I buy, you just know I've made that in a month. Whatever that car costs.
So the total value of the car. So if it's a Ferrari for 200, I got to be making 200 a month.
I got to make that in a month and pay cash for the car. Yeah.
Message.
Okay. You getting carried away now.
It gone too far. It gone too far. It go from Camrys to Dots.
No, you went from the Camry to pulling the DMX and nigga pulled the DMX and pulled him with the bag of money. Like, give him the commission. Throw me the keys. We out here.
Yo.
No,
Yeah. Okay. I ain't mad at
So,
that.
you know, and don't get me wrong, man. It wasn't, wasn't easy because you got this money sitting in your account, and it's like, I couldn't go do that, right? And I'm watching, I ain't gonna lie, like I'm one of those people that I'm looking at the competition, I'm looking at the people, and I'm like, this motherfucker driving a G-Wagon, I could have that easily, right? And it's like, no, chill out. And so I keep invest in the business. And by this time, I meet a billionaire named Charlie. He was one of my personal training clients, and he was in venture capital, and so. Private equity, stuff like that. He's teaching me the
roll
rope.
the money at.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's how I get into the stock market. Because he's like, hey, if you go over here, you get you some equity. And then as the business does better, you do money, you make money. Yeah. So I was like, okay, got you. And so literally the first, I'll never forget, man, this is a story for the record book. So I'm teaching right now on how to grow your wealth. Because at this point, I knocked down $4 million a year. And so I'm on Instagram Live back in 2019, early 2019. And so I'm doing a IG Live, and there's a guy on there. He's like, how you going to teach us about making money? You got popcorn ceiling. I look up, I said, this motherfucker. I said, okay.
He's in a popcorn ceiling, though. That's nuts.
Yeah, and I had, and to keep it real, I had popcorn ceiling. I was living in an apartment in DC. $3,000 a month, so it was a decent apartment. But in DC, kind of like up north, period, everything pretty much old, no matter how new the building is, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay. I said, so you talking real heavy. I said, I got some. I said, okay. And so,
he said, you trying to front on me?
For real, right? So, like I said, I had just knocked down my first $4 million a year, and so I'm making roughly, $300K a year. Or a month, excuse me. Yeah. So I'm making $300K plus a month. And so the first thing I do, I said, oh, you want to see balling out? I got you. I go buy a G-Wagon, cash. Right. Buy the G-Wagon, right? And so then just in spite, I'm one of those guys. I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest.
I feel like you went dramatic. You put it in a briefcase. I feel like you put it in the briefcase. You're a briefcase type of motherfucker. You my God. You went and slammed the briefcase down. You let it large, nigga. Yo,
that's crazy.
That's me, man. Like literally, if you say I can't do something, if you talk a little shit, okay, I'm gonna show you, right? And so literally, I go get the G-Wagon, and then I start doing videos in the G-Wagon. Like if you go down my page on Instagram, you'll see like I still got the videos in there.
We gonna find
and so, right? So anyway, man, long story short, for people who are wondering, like, is this how you have to be the whole time? It's like, no, because now I'm feeling good about it, and I'm noticing that my people are now paying attention to me because they see the shiny stuff, right? They see the shiny shit. And so anyway, the stock market crashes in 2020, right? COVID come, stock market crash, whatever. And so I was short the market, so I made a lot of money. So when you go short the market, you make money when the market falls, right? So I was short the market, and it gets stupid. Like I made a lot of money. And so, long story short from there, bro, it's getting heavy now. So like, G-Wagon, is that all? Da. So, okay, cool. And so I go to Mexico on a business trip, right? And so there's a few of my white counterparts, they got the McLarens and this and that. And I'm asking them questions like, how much you make a year, yada, yada, yada. And it's like peanuts. I made, $200K last year. I'm like, you drive a McLaren? I'm like, okay, cool. So we go on I never forget this, man. We go on a boat trip. It was like a yacht. We're on a yacht. They rent out a yacht for the business retreat or whatever. And we're on the yacht. And the guys on there, they talking about all the, And so I asked the guy, I said, where'd you get your McLaren? He said, Charlotte McLaren. I said, okay, bet. I said, you got a contact over there? He said, yeah. I said, put him on the phone. I said, tell him to send me his inventory. I'm going to buy something right now on this yacht. And so in Mexico,
You know you were.
Disrespectful, Tay. Disrespectful.
Like that, bro.
Hey, disrespectful.
I'm about to shit on somebody.
He said it very elegantly, though. I'm about to shit on you, nigga.
Right now. Call him right now. You got a contact? Don't matter that it's 8 o'clock. Don't matter that it's 8 o'clock. Call his house phone.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Get him on the phone now. So yeah, man. Like I told him, get him on the phone, right? So it's a guy named Cal. So Cal gets on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, man, this is what we have. You know, you send me whatever." And so it's a black and green McLaren LT 600 LT. It was 300K. I said, "All right, bet." I said, "Send me your wire information. I want that." And so I wired and I got it. And so I made sure we documented this process because something that a lot of trolls don't understand on the internet. You can't piss me off because I will follow you until I ruin you.
Yo, you man, you keep it at 2 ribs. Let them know.
For real. And so the whole time I'm thinking about this troll, and I'm like, this motherfucker got me fucked up. Okay, cool.
Right.
And so I'm documenting the whole process. So when I do it, I make sure my guy get me signing the papers and wiring the full money cash because once again, I make that much money per month. And so more of the story is, man, like you get to have fun if you, what we call it, stay down till you come up.
Yeah.
If you stay down long enough, you put in the work, you reinvest the money, the fun times do come. So that's why I wanted to tell that story to let people know it's not always Camrys and fucking beans and rice, right? It gets fun.
The only thing I'm just gonna say to that, and I've said it on a bunch of other shows, and it's definitely relevant. The most ignorant thing you can do though is think that you have unlimited amount of time. You never know. And it's the only thing definite to any one of us walking this earth is that we are all gonna go one day. Yep. So choose your time wisely, right? Some people will plan, and I told the story of a guy that did that. Say, this nigga worked 30 years of his life, saved, built houses, did all that, and died 2 weeks before retirement. You understand what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is find your balance, right?
Yep.
I understand buying the McLaren at 200, 300K. Everybody has a different like motivation. You understand what I'm saying? That him buying that McLaren might have made him go even triple hard because now he got something that he can feel that's tangible that he can say, nah, this is mine. And now that I got this, I'm gonna go, extra hard. So, every like Tay said, plan it out. I'm a big promoter and plan it out. Do what you can when you can, but definitely take the little things and take time out to enjoy your process, right? To enjoy your process and live life a little bit because, God forbid, man, any type of accident, anything happens, you work so long and then you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's just a tragedy.
That's a fact, bro. But another gem I caught from you too, bro, was like you said, because we're in the social media era, right? And we said with the trolls, if they don't see it, it never happened, right? Yeah. And the fact that you was willing to show them that, and you took your philosophy, what I say it all the time on the show, teach them how to fish and they'll learn you sell fishing poles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna show them. I'm gonna show you I got the McLaren. I'm gonna show you I did this, and I'm gonna show you what's good. And guess what? You know what they're gonna do? More than likely, yo, Tay, how do I get that? Yo, do I go to the course? Now my completion rate. No. The ones with the right mindsets do.
Some do. Some do. And I'm mindsets.
But a lot
of
them,
I say 90% of them. Yeah, 90% of them. They not. They won't. I would agree with that.
Yeah, there's a 1% to get 10% of the one.
That's about 10% of them. Yeah. That, like, for example, right now, the reason why, so you mentioned I want in, right? The reason why I'm letting people for free into my live trading course or into my live trading classes to watch me live trade is because I have people, trolls and etc., who are like, this motherfucker can't trade. He's a scammer. He's this. He's that. He's that.
Right.
And the first thing I do is I say, I take all challenges. Put 20K on the line, and if you can beat me in the 6-month trading competition, I give you 20K. Right. I take all challenges. Not only that, because none of them take it, of course. Go figure. But anyway, I said, okay, don't want to take the challenge. I can show you better. I can tell you. So come on in. Type I want in to this number and come watch me trade. right? And as a matter of fact,
I told you I was gonna text you earlier.
for real.
Yo, bro, put the link in the private chat. We're gonna put this on the chat so if anybody want to tap in and get on their financials, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, but
Please.
you know, when we was in the green room, when we was switching over, that's one of the first things I said. Yo, Tay, I seen the story. I was about to text you. I won't in. I got 1,000.
I got 1,000.
That's fact.
But how? So matter of fact, but that's a good segue though, because I ain't go front. I got caught, and I used to watch a lot of people. We had somebody called Peter Hahn. He's a good dude. He's in the financial space and all that stuff. But like, how there's a lot of content creators in the financial space. How does one know what's real and what's bullshit? And that's kind of why I was so skeptical when Jay Mogul told me about your program. Because like, yo, there's so many people that I don't, you know what I'm saying? You got to show me, bro. So like, what advice would you give to people that's looking for financial advice? Like, other than, you know, come to your Porsche. And if you do want to tap with Tay, but what advice would you give to weed out the bullshit?
Yeah. One of the biggest ways you can weed out the bullshit, and there's two ways I suggest doing it, but one of the best ways you can do it is just, number one, is watch them do it. Like, if I tell you, hey, I'm a trader, and I can't do it live in front of you, I'm not a trader. Like, I can't do it, right? Yeah. And so anything that somebody's doing, they could do it live in front of you, right? And so that's the number one thing. Find somebody who's doing it live for real. Number two, you can find some type of there are certain competitions for like traders, things like that. There's certain competitions that will allow traders to compete against each other. And then there's a third party that will verify, right? They'll verify everything. Like, yeah, this person actually beat all the other traders, right? Go over there and find somebody who's trading in that space and find some of the winners, right? So that's something you can do as well.
That's
so
a great
for
strategy.
Me, oh yeah, absolutely. And so you'll notice that people who are, you know, charlatans, I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of, I'm not super proud of it, but you know, I've been beating my chest here lately, and I've been being, you know, I've been Suge Knighting people, right?
Yeah, your humble flex. Yeah, I ain't gonna, you might have one of the best humble flex that we've had on the show.
That's what it is, man.
That's what
yeah. And so, yeah, man, I've been calling people out, and I'm like, because I got tired of the bullshit, man. And so, there are a lot of scammers online, a lot of scammers, you know, running around talking about I trade stocks. Yes. Yeah. And then, you know, there's a few guys in the industry beating their chest. So, you know, I came out maybe in September and put up a challenge. I said, shit, y'all put 50K in the account. Let's see who wins. Right. Yeah. And I told all of the people who follow me to tag your favorite trader and tell they ass to show up. You want to know who showed up? Not one person, right? And so, not one person.
But who are some of the top voices that you know? I don't know that space, bro. So like, who are some of the names that are top traders?
It's a bunch of people, man. I mean, if you could just Google trading, right? You got it's one big influencer on YouTube. ICT is his name. ICT, I think it's like Inner Circle Trading or something like that. Right? He's a big dog on in the space, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of followers, but once again, tag his ass, like tag him, right? Tell him to show up. Like I mean, literally, I was like, I'm okay with whoever you tag in this comment. We can go head to head, and you know, may the best man win. And so. Nobody showed up, and so I went to a bigger competition where people on the world or global stage trade against each other. So I'm in that competition for this year.
That's fire.
Well, yeah, man.
I know, bro. Please, I want you to tap in with James Lindsay, bro. I don't know if you know him, but he's the CEO of Rap Snatch.
Oh damn!
And other podcasts, we about to talk some shit, and they fucking calling the other podcast trying to fucking stop doing that shit.
Listen, they seen us put up Tay number. They trying to tap in. Nah, motherfucker, get your
you motherfucker call Chad. You got to call Tay.
You ain't getting them.
You know what I'm saying? No, but tap in with James Lindsay, bro. He's the CEO of Rap Snacks, bro. He actually had, I believe it's called an app called Boss Up, where it's like Robinhood, but it allows you to trade with like artificial money. It allows you to understand it. So they're looking for people like that, bro. And if you want, we could probably make the intro happen or something like that. But I think that'd be really cool for you to tap in, like, yo, $50,000. This is what I would do, and then see how it would grow. So when we do have that real money, they could be like, oh, nah, I saw what it did here. Let me rock with Tay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but here's a disclaimer. Let me disclaimer this shit right now. Tay, and then if I say something wrong, please correct me. If you text this guy and you get into his program, he's going to teach you how to gradually make money.
That's it.
This is not a get rich quick
at all.
You understand what
education, education.
Please, right? Don't fucking get into this thing like, well, Tay said I'm gonna make 50,000 a month in the first 2 months. Right. That's not what this shit. That's not how the market works. Especially, and let me say this too. What Tay said about investing in itself and betting on itself, we call that skin in the game. It's called having skin in the game. Yes, understand. You walk in with $100, you're gonna make the equivalent of $100 profit. You walk in with $10,000 to invest, you're gonna walk in with you're gonna get a more of a higher profit because you're putting more skin in the game. So just understand. Yes, somebody might start at the same time as you and completely, beat you out as far as profits because they put way more money into it. Money makes money. That's just the bottom line.
Big risk, big reward.
Big risk, big reward. So again, it's not a get rich quick scheme.
Wait, we got one right now. How much monthly to join? Are you on Discord?
Right.
Yes, most definitely. So right now what I'm doing is in this competition, I'm basing my price to join me in Discord and trade live with me based on how much percentage I'm winning in this competition. So right now I'm at 250%. I want 250 a month. If I hit 500% in this competition, that I've made 500% in this competition, price going up. And so that's how I'm like basing it, right?
That's a dope
tier.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason why I'm doing it that way is because every trade that I've placed in this competition to make 300%, I've given those trades out in the Discord. So if I'm up 300%, you should be up 300%, right? Yeah. And so that's kind of how I'm doing.
Makes sense.
Right. That makes sense.
And so yeah, that's for me. I treat everything that I've done maybe the last 5 years like a stock. If Apple sells more iPhones, then their stock goes up, and you got to pay more to be a part of the team. Right. So as my value goes, as my performance goes up, I require more of my stock. So that's pretty much what that is.
Message. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
So you might as well join right now while it's 250 before I go to 500. You text more than the title. You won't get a discount, but you will get some love.
Listen, we're gonna give you 5 seconds to go ahead and text Tay right now for the 250. If you fuck around and wait till this podcast is over, it might be 350. I'm telling you right now.
Don't wait. Yo, but you know what's a good segue? I'm curious, bro, because we social media dudes, we marketing guys. How did you build this community, bro? Because you got 1.1, you got a lot of a big following. Like what advice would you give to people who want to build the community, and how do you retain that community?
Yeah, that's a great question, man, especially in today's environment, because it's not as easy to do it when I was coming up. So probably 6 years ago, maybe even 7, you had all of these other things that you could do to grow. And so I say that because about 7 years ago, I was at maybe 75,000 followers, right?
Okay.
I paid I guess you could social media, network team to come in and manage my social media. Lost my page. They basically took the page, right? They took the page, hacked it, whatever, took the page. I lost 75,000 followers. Had to start over, all the way over. Well, back then, so I'm gonna give the sauce on what I used to get where I am. Back then, there used to be this app called Crowdfire, right?
Okay.
Crowdfire. Now, let me say this before I say, Crowdfire took advantage of what used to happen on Instagram, where if somebody followed you, they follow you back, right?
Got you.
So you follow somebody, they follow you back, right? Now, Crowdfire was an app that allowed you to mass follow 4,000 or 5,000 people per hour. And so 5,000 people will follow you back, and then you can mass unfollow their ass, so you can go get 5,000 more, right?
Wow.
And so,
whoa! Where's Crowdfire?
Now, Instagram shut that shit down fast, right?
Oh shit! I missed the boat.
They shut that down fast. Yeah. And so they shut that down fast, and then the next level. So I was able to get back to like 120,000 followers just from doing that and running ads. Because what I would do is I'll build this dope like video and kind of make sure it was like my first video you saw on the page. So when you come to my page to follow me after I've Crowdfire followed you, you come to my page, you see that first video, you're like, damn, dude, is dope.
Yeah.
Cool, I like you. So now what I would do is I'd take that video and I'd scrape everybody off that video and put them into a group. And so now what I'm doing is that group, I could go and now put other videos into that group and get them to see it. And this is what you can do in the background of running ads. So the people who watch your videos, you can get them to watch every new video, right? And so I would only run ads to that group. And so now I'm
looking like audience profiles.
I'm
with you.
Yep. And so that's what I did, man, for 6-7 years to really grow that account. And then so I got to about 600,000 followers like that, right? Because I got to one point I was spending $100K a month on ads. Like it was big time. Yeah. It was big time for a minute.
That's a lot.
So it brings. Yeah.
I'm just saying that's 1.2 a year. It's 1.2,
and he must have brought in 3.1 or 2.6.
I'm just saying,
easy. Yeah.
A lot.
No, yo, big risk, big reward.
Yeah.
Yep. So I did that for a while, man, and then this new thing comes out maybe 3-4 years ago. I'm sure y'all saw it. So Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, a few of them, they want to take advantage of their followers. Mm-hmm. And so what they're doing now is they're going to people who advertise and they say, hey, I'll do this, giveaway, and we can kind of make this little thing. So basically what they would do was they would say, hey, you pay us, the advertiser, $10K, $20K, depending on what it was, $10, $20K. And what we'll do is we'll have Kim K post this big ass like giveaway with like a bunch of like Gucci bags and like cash, and sometimes they even give away a car, right? And what she would do, she'd say, hey, in order to win these things, click the link, the page below, and go follow everybody that page follows, right? And so that page would follow me and everybody else who paid to be inside of that campaign, right? Wow. And so when Kim Kardashian would post, I get 50, 60,000 people liking my page. Boom, 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 boom. So now, and I ain't gonna lie, these campaigns cost 20, 30K, right? Now, of course, like anything, Instagram caught on and they stopped allowing that to happen. But I was around for the good times, right? And so that's how I was able to grow from 600K to $1 million. And actually I got to like 1.4 million.
I've seen those campaigns, and I'm not going to lie, Tay. I've seen those campaigns, and I always thought that they were fucking scams because of that, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you something, right? Instagram might have dwindled it, but there's a lot of campaigns that do that shit right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in fact, you want to win this? What you got to do is go to this page, like everybody on this page, or subscribe, or write this in the comments and stuff. So they still do that shit to this day. But every time I see one of them shits, I ain't gonna lie, it screams scam.
Yeah, most people have caught on to the bullshit, honestly. Right. And absolutely. even if somebody's winning, people are like, man, the chances that I'm gonna win this shit, I'm not even gonna do it because it's crazy. So I was around when it first started, and the hype was like crazy. So if somebody saw it, everybody would come. Like right now, if you try to do that shit, to be honest with you, man, I don't think it would work. So I haven't done it in a while.
But you still retain that audience, bro, which is still dope because you bring in the traffic, and like you said, to get them there. Once somebody realize, oh, yo, you ain't following me back, son, you could have lost a lot of followers, but you was providing valuable content that made them stay. But I'm curious too, now that you're at 1.4, bro, like how do you calculate your brand value? You know what I'm trying to say? So, like, are you doing ads like fitness companies? Robinhood might want to do a sponsor, whatever it is, right? How do you calculate your brand value for posts and things like that?
Honestly, man, I built my brand for me and me only, bro. And the reason why I say that is because
you don't need the ads.
Message. Yeah, I don't need the ads, and I don't want to essentially work for anybody. Right. So I don't want you telling me not to cuss or not to do this or not to do that because you don't want your brand associated with that. Fuck you. So you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gonna run my page the way I want to run it. And so for me personally,
that's how we feel.
Right?
That's how we feel. We didn't want to say it.
I've been holding it off. Jarrett said I can only give you 3 seconds, but
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all.
Jarrett said I can only give you 3 seconds.
And only 3 seconds because of the copyright, y'all. Once we get this copyright figured out, we're gonna kill y'all.
This the boy you say, don't fuck around.
So yeah, man, like that's honestly something that I, even to this day, you know, I'm sure I can get other people to, you know, do sponsors and things like that. But
Yeah.
I want to run my page the way I run it. Number one. Number two, at this point, because I did it for so long, I've been on social media for almost 12, 13 years. And so as a business, right? And so I was around when the algorithm favored people who just post a lot, 6 times a day, 7 times a day. And I did that, right? And so at this point, fam, I'm like, I'm tired of that shit. Like I don't want to have to be forced to post and say it this way and do it this way. No, I do what I want. I post when I want. If I'm feeling happy and I want to post, I post. If I don't want to post for 6 weeks, I don't post for 6 weeks. You know, so that's just how I move with the brand. And so I would encourage anybody who's trying to build a brand to also build a business behind your brand, so you can be the financier for your brand, right? So you can foot the bill.
Message. You know, I got a question for you, Tay, and I think I don't know if you've ever done this, but I just thought about it. And I think this would be really dope also for those trolls, right? Have you ever brought anybody that has completed your program and now has achieved a certain level of success onto like a video and someone say, okay, now meet Bruce. Bruce, tell him you know what I mean? And start bringing people, because what you have now is a core community, right? That understands that we're following Tay for what Tay says exactly the way he says. Now you've built your core community, right?
That's it.
So now that you're doing this, I'm pretty sure you have now hundreds now, or maybe even thousands of examples of people that can say, no, his program fucking works. Yo, I've made money. Have you ever done anything like that? Like incorporated a lot of the people that have had some success with your program back into like your content?
I just shared the video with you, of course.
Can we show that brief little break?
We're gonna put that up. We'll put that up.
Yeah, of course.
No, let's put that up. Hold on.
As you're getting that ready, hold on 1 second. You know, we're gonna give y'all 5 more seconds to get your more than entitled merch. You will not be able to get a discount right now, but if you want your favorite content creators back next week, I implore you to cop a merch, cop some beanies, cop hats. We got everything you need. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Let me bring this.
Of course,
up.
cop something. Shit.
Let me
And so,
yo, we out here trying to get your content.
That's shit though. Hold on. Let me bring this thing.
You know, I love y'all. You know, I love the community. I love y'all. That's why we give y'all this shit.
So yeah, what I'll say, man, like that's literally what I've always tried to do. And so I live in Puerto Rico, right? I've been here for 3 years, and so this woman that you're gonna see on this video, Renee, this is her name. Excuse me. I flew her down. I said, "Look, come down. Let's do a video, just talking about how you grew 40,000 into I think over 1 million. It was almost 1.1 million, right, in less than 2 years." And I said, "So come on down. We'll film, and I got a dope like beachfront property." I said, "We're gonna film with the beach in the background, like it'll be dope." And so she came down, and yeah, we did our thing, man. So it was a dope
right off the rip. Oh shit!
Yeah, here we go.
Right off
so
the rip.
we're gonna play about a good minute of it because it's 22 minutes. So I'm gonna press play and then I'm gonna full size the screen. Here we go.
Can you hear the audio or nah? I can't hear the audio, but shit. In the Maybach music. I ain't mad at you. You know, all right, can I make a joke, Tay? Because you my guy? Because you my guy. Those are like the braids from fucking the Tyler Perry. You got the Tyler Perry braids.
You got the Trey Songz braids.
That's hilarious.
Think like a man's. No, you my bro. Yeah, I had to, bro, because you my guy.
No, you good. You good. That's the McLaren right there.
Fire. You put the hydraulics on the joint?
No. The Maybach come like that. The Maybach truck, it does the bounce.
I clearly don't know, brother, but give me about 364 days. I'm pulling up on you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought you was gonna say the Trey Songz braids, man.
Yeah, just gotta make it. All right, just gotta make it.
The neighbors know my name.
That's exactly what those are, for real. The straight back. We call them the straight back.
Straight back.
Straight back.
You say the same
That's
shit
it.
up top. Word.
Fact, man.
Yo, bro, I don't. Do you have any? I don't even know what to say no more, bro. This is
I got another. So let's talk business now, right?
All right.
If somebody wants to invest with you, Tay, if somebody wants to learn from you, what is the average length of the program that you're offering? Because I'm pretty sure you're offering programs, right? This can't be an overnight thing. The first question I have is, what is the average length of the program? And two, as far as like hours in a day that a person needs to dedicate to the program, what does that look like?
Most definitely. So I have tiers, man. So for example, I'm telling everybody, type I want in and send it to the number, text the number, because I want you to just come watch me for free. Like, just come watch me for free. That'll automatically say, okay, I like this guy, or I don't like this guy, or he knows what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing, right? And so if you could do that and dedicate 30 minutes, a week to just coming in and seeing, what I do, that's one thing. Secondly, the next level, you actually join and you come in for $250 a month, and that looks like however, whatever time you have to dedicate to it. And the reason why I say that is because if you come in an hour a day and just watch me trade, because I trade every day live that the market is open, right? Okay. And so if you come in an hour a day and you just watch like a fly on the wall, you will eventually start to pick it up. And the way I teach trading is the same way. You remember, I feel like every black mom said the same thing.
Oh, absolutely.
You got your saying, you got your songs that you like when you were younger. We rap the song, and your mom say, if you could actually do your work the way this,
that song,
right? You make good grades, right? And so I've taken that same approach. It's all about repetition. That's it. The best way to learn how to trade stocks and really do anything is to get it, hear it, see it, and keep repeating it. And so it's repetition. So if you can learn a song, and if you know any song, I don't care what song it is, if you know any song without the beat and you could just sing it or rap it, you could trade stocks. Message. You just got to get the same repetition. That's it.
Fire.
No, I mean, and there's a reason that I asked that, because anybody that, let's say, doesn't have a higher level of education like college and masters and stuff, the stock market is a very scary place, man. And we hear a lot of just so many things going wrong, man. I'm talking people losing like everything, their pensions, their, you know what I mean, retirement funds. So a lot of people are so skeptical. Back in the day, it was different, right? So Tay, I'm gonna piggyback over what you said. Back in the day, right? What did your grandparents and everybody say back in the day, right? Hey man, just start with $1, save $1, right? Every week, save $10, just put $10 in, right? And eventually in 20 years, you'll have $1 million. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, but these day and times, that teaching is not there. So when they look at stocks, they feel like, one, I don't know this shit. Two, I can't trust these fucking stockbrokers because they're gonna fucking rob me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I think, makes people so skeptical about getting involved in these programs. So if they can see somebody from the community that took the risk and took the chance and said, listen, bro, I did it and I'm successful. You ain't got to show how much money you made, but I'm not a troll. This is not paid, I'm not a paid actor. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually did. Is real. I think that more people would be inclined to do it, because stocks has been a monumental, life-changing, fucking generational wealth building fucking asset for hundreds of years, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I'll say, bro, like thing I tell people, and this is just a mentality I have. Most people won't think like this, but ever since I was young, I've always leaned into things that scare me, right? Okay. And that's what I used to suggest to other people. So, for example, like you just said, people are terrified of the market, right? Yeah, man. They're terrified of the market. They don't want to go to it. They don't want to, so they stay away from it. And so anything that you are terrified of, you need to learn everything you can know about it. Okay. So you can know when it's coming for you. Right. I never forget. It was this little Chucky scene where he was under the bed and the guy put his feet on the floor and he cut his legs. Yeah. Right. I learned everything I could know about Chucky. Right. Literally, I was like, I'm young at this time, I learned everything I could learn about Chucky. What's his name? Where was he born? What was he doing most of his killings? Like, I want to know anything about this motherfucker. What makes him come alive? Like, I need to know this. That way, I know during those certain times, if he come alive when the moon is a full moon, I don't get out of the bed on a full moon. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Hold on. I missed the message. Fendi factoid. Make sure y'all be careful out there. Be brave. That's real.
But no, like seriously, like so anything, man, that I'm afraid of, man, I want to learn about it, right? And so you know, I don't care what it is. You know, you got a lot of people like, oh, you know, stay away from this type of man, the devil, this and that. I need to learn everything about the devil then. Because if I know everything I can know about the devil, then I can understand his moves. I can understand what he's going to do next. I can understand why he's doing what he's doing and who he wants to do it to. And I could become the person he don't want to do it to, or whatever it is, right? And so
makes sense.
That's how I move, man. So if the boogeyman is the stock market to you, you need to learn about the boogeyman. That's just what it is.
Know thy enemy.
That's
you
right.
Know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But there's a difference in holding and buying stocks and trading options. Trading options is terrifying. I'm not gonna hold you. AMC kicked my ass. I'm still waiting for the squeeze. They kicked my ass, bro.
And I'm glad, you know, and I'm glad that again, shout out to Hayes again, man. We had this conversation years ago, Tay. And Hayes immersed himself into learning this shit. We sat down and we talked about it, bro. He was reading books and videos on this shit. And he tried to get me to get. He's like, "Yo, Chatty, yo, just throw 10,000 in there." And I'm telling you, bro. And I looked at him like, nah.
I ain't gonna lie,
you have to show me something first. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I just was like, nah. But my next question is, I did have stocks, because when you work for certain companies, they give you stock options, right? You can invest in places like Vanguard and Fidelity and things of that nature. Most people invest in, you know, standard S&P 500, things of that nature, right? Because they want to do low risk and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
When you're teaching people these stocks, are you teaching them now to trade as an individual, right? Maybe get like a TD Ameritrade account or something like that? Or are you teaching them to trade stocks to know what to do, and then for them to go get a company and then like kind of tell their broker what they want them to do? How, well, you know, I'm curious about that.
Yeah. So for me, I teach people the education on how to run their own deal, how to run everything yourself, right? And the reason why I've never really liked people touching my money or you know, being in charge of my money for me, right?
Gotcha.
And the reason why is because I look to what we've been talking about all day. I look at the person who's supposed to be managing my money, and then I ask, how much money you got?
How much you make? That's
right. How much you making? Right. And so I've never run by a stockbroker or a wealth manager or a wealth advisor, financial advisor with a Lamborghini. And so I'm like, I'm not giving you my money. I'm not giving you my money. And so for me personally, I have never seen one of those financial advisors with that type of money. But me personally, I've been able to see, you know, I made a couple million just off of Bitcoin by itself, right? That's not even talking about all the options and other stuff I trade. And so for me, I couldn't find that type of performance from, you know, your everyday financial advisor. So me personally, I said, listen, this is how I was able to do it. I've been able to call these things all along. This is what I saw. So I need you to go learn about the anxiety index, right? Or excuse me, it's the anxiety, but you can say the anxious. If you Google the anxious index, you learn how to read that. That's one way you're going to be able to tell when the next recession is coming. Then I need you to know about different cycles, because the market moves in cycles. Cool. We want to know when the next bull market is coming and when the stocks are going up. Well, there's a 4-year presidential cycle, and we know every time the president is about to get reelected, he want to make sure the stock market looks good, right? So the stock market does this every election year. What year are we in? Election year. What's supposed to happen this year? Right? And it's already happening. It's already up. And so that's how I play the game. And so me personally, I'm tracking all of these cycles, president's cycle, the 10-year, 11-year cycle. I'm tracking the 100-year cycle. I'm tracking, you know, there's business cycles. There's all these cycles, right? That can help you tell the future, right? And so for me, that's what I do. That's what I teach. When people are asking, like, how you know what's going on? Because I know all of the stuff from the history. I'm going to teach you the history so you can do this stuff on your own. That's how I play the
historical
game.
data, man. And that's what marketing is, utilizing historical data. That's what brand building is, looking at your first party data, looking at what's happened to understand what's happening in the future, predictive data analysis.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I got one more question, man. I've seen this a lot also. I've seen guys that do their own trading and they have the app on their phone, right? I used to work with a lot of guys that were like immersed in this, right? And me personally, I felt like they were too anxious to react. Like they would look at their phone, shit, I lost $20. Let me fucking make a move. Let me sell this. Let me buy it. So, no, for real, Jarrett. Like,
I already know. Trust me. AMC kicked my ass. I'm telling you.
Yep.
So for Adam Aaron.
So, I just want to know, like, on average, and again, I'm guessing, right? You buy stocks for longevity, right? Maybe there's a market for the quick flip, but to my understanding, the way the stock market works, the longer you hold on to it, the more money it makes, the more money you make, right? What would be like the average trading that a person should normally do? Like 1 trade a day, 2 trades a day, or should they do like 1 a week? How does that work out?
It depends on I'm not a day trader, to be honest with you. I can day trade because that's where I got my start, and I'm really good at it. As a matter of fact, looking at I day trade every day with my people, right? But I don't put my money, like my big money, into day trading. I swing it, right? And what that means is instead of taking a $1-2 move today and trying to get in and out of that, I want to see that big $20 move, right?
Right.
I want the $20 move because that's where I make most of my money.
Right.
Now it works because see what's gonna happen. People are like, oh, but you don't make that much money. I like receipts, man. So look, y'all got me live, so I'm gonna show you a receipt now.
Here we go. Hold on. Get the horns ready. Get the horns ready. Get the horns ready. Hold on.
Motherfucking 9th period economics.
So see, that's year to date. Let me see if I can get it a little closer.
I can't. We can't get it clearer, but it looked like 2 commas in that motherfucker. I see 2 commas in that motherfucker. I see 2.
So we got year to date, right? And so year to date, what's the date? January 18th.
Yeah.
And so we got a nice bag. That's year to date earnings or year to date gains. Those are locked in gains. And so year to date gains right now, we sitting pretty, right? And so in 3 weeks out of the year, I mean, I pay my mortgage easily in 3 weeks. I got a nice size mortgage. So
matter of fact, because you my guy, Tay. If you scan your code, you got your phone out right now. Buy yourself a more than a title month.
I'm scanning the code, man. I'm scanning the code, bro.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't do it. Because you my guy. If you buy 1 month.
For real.
Yo, I just want to say something, man. I have fucking enjoyed. Holy shit, man. Me and Jarrett said that this is no. Hey, Jarrett was like, yo, this is gonna be one of them ones. Cause I have truly enjoyed this fucking interview, Tay. I want to thank you again on behalf of More Than the Title, man, for coming on. I learned so much, and I'm definitely inspired by your story. I can relate to the struggle story, man. And I just want to say, man, congratulations, man.
Appreciate it.
Keep shining, man. Keep being an example that we can fucking be positive and we can be, affluent people in society, and we don't all have to be fucking doing knucklehead shit. Even if we started out doing that shit, there's always a possibility for change, if you work hard enough for it, man.
That's it, bro. Like this whole story was inspiration, bro. And shout out to Sam and the team over there at I can't think of the company off the top of my bad, Sam, but you my guy. But thank you for setting this up, bro. Like real talk, man. Because it was the agency that reached out to us, bro. He's like, Tay Sweat. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we'd love. Like, I didn't even look at followers and none of that, bro. I just seen a brother that was doing positive shit, and I said, absolutely, we'd love to have you on the show, bro. And this has been inspirational. You're the second person who pulled out a bank account on us. I feel like we're in the right. This season is going crazy.
This year already.
2 weeks ago. Yo,
Mike definitely just did that shit. Like, oh, y'all want to look at this right here.
I put 713 in here. You know what I'm saying? But that's love. You know what it does? It motivates me, bro. Because right now I'm in the path of the journey where you got to enjoy it. We're in the path where we're taking the risk and doing the things. And what we're doing is we're paving the road as we drive, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, so to hear your story, to see the success, to see what is possible, it allows us to keep going, bro. It allows us to be like, that's the path.
And let me say that, man. First of all, I appreciate it. And I'm showing all of this because, see, a lot of our people, the ego side of it makes them feel like, he flexing and he's showing this and that. That's not what this is. That's not what I do. The reason why I do what I do and I show the cars, I show the money, I show the lifestyle is because I have to compete with the fucking NBA players, the rappers, the the people you don't want your kids to really be, right? But you want your kids reading books, you want your kids trading, getting into the stock market, buying real estate. You want your kids doing that type of stuff, right? Yeah. So I gotta be the guy that says, okay, kids, you want some cool shit? Don't follow the NBA player, don't follow the rappers. Uncle Tay got it too. Matter of fact, Uncle Tay buy better cars than them. Uncle Tay got the shoes, right? And so that's what I do. That's what I do.
Fire, bro. His mindset, man. His mindset shifts, bro. Like you said, you can either hate it or motivate, man. You competing with them, and thank you for what you do for the culture, my brother. Real talk.
Yeah, let people know where they can find you at, Tay, man. I know people gonna want to definitely.
For sure.
Follow you and
hell, let me put the number up too, man. Make sure they get the number one more time before we, you know what I mean?
I want that number,
Yeah, hold on. There it go. There goes the number, y'all. You already know. You put that number in your phone right now, and then once you save it on your contacts, make sure you text I1N.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a fact, man.
But yeah, man, you can text me at that number. I won't end. That'll get you into my text list. I don't do anything but send the link to the live trading group. That's it. I won't spam you and do all that other stuff. Yeah. But other than that, man, I spend a lot of time over at Instagram. You can find me there at Tay Sweat, TAYSWEAT. And yeah, man, I do my best to answer everybody. So if you got any questions, DMs, things like that, I try to get to you.
Bro, you can you put your number in the group chat too, bro, in the private chat, because we're gonna start the group chat. So when you're in New York City, you already know we vibe out. We go break some bread. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna check in on you on the R1N, bro. And I'm really interested with your community, bro. I'm trying to automate some shit, so I might have to talk to you offline. What systems in place and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, another fucking powerful episode. It's impossible that you didn't learn nothing from this episode. Impossible. You understand?
A lot of gems, y'all.
Too many gems that this brother done dropped. You know what I'm saying? Say like Jarrett said, man. We give you the open invite. We're gonna send you the group chat. With me and Jarrett on it, man. That way, whenever we communicate, we all get it. Whenever you in New York, bro, we'd love to link up in person. We've met up with so many guests. And if we in your side of town, we'll link up. Real quick, you don't live in Tennessee no more, right?
No, I'm in Puerto Rico. Yep.
Okay.
Puerto Rico,
I just
3 years now.
Okay, I just came back from Tennessee. We go to Gatlinburg to go skiing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I just actually came back on Tuesday. We've been going for like 5 years now. Yeah, it's like a big trip.
That's a spot, bro. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like it down. It's pretty cool, man. Pretty chill. So. You know what I mean? All right, Jay, let them know what we doing for the rest of the week.
Next week, y'all, we got Chantel George, CEO of Sisters in Sales. So for all our queens, y'all want to know what's going on in sales, how to break into the tech industry, how to be an entrepreneur, solopreneur. She's going to tell you the game. She's going to give you opportunities. So make sure you pull up. And ladies, if y'all on the show, we're going to give you opportunity to come on the show, holler at her, and make sure you connect. And then we got my brother, John Graham Jr., DEI legend, coming through Thursday. Next week, another DEI legend, Doug Melville. February 1st, y'all. Circle it. You want to come on the show. This is for the family, for the friends, for the homies, everybody. You want to come in, support your business, or shout your business out. That's for this, man. You want to get a message? You want to get one of these? Come to the show. We're going to give you one of those, man. Come rock with us. So February 1st, 5:30, man. Once again, Tay, my brother, thank you again, man. You got brothers in New York City now. You know what I'm saying? This is our platform. You got something to want to share with the people. You come anytime, bro. This is our shit.
Somewhere hot where there's no mosquitoes.
You kidding me? It's a big shit. I'm trying to go to San Juan.
This whole shit.
Hey, man. When y'all, same thing, bro. Same love. When y'all on the island, man, let me know.
When you're in the Bronx, we're gonna take you to Fordham Road. It's like Puerto Rico.
It's like Puerto Rico,
minus the trees and shit, and more crime.
You can walk right down Grand Concourse.
Y'all know the vibes.
It's Pasta Leo.
Love it.
We already know next week, y'all. More than a title, baby.
What you know about me? Seen it all, heard it all. Oh, what you know about me? I done it all, just one.